Now, the third type of sentences is a bit different. Follow me, please. For instance, I have these two sentences. John did not go to work and he was, what is, okay, sorry, he was ill or sick. Ill or sick. Now here I have what? John did not go to work. I have here John as subject and did not go as my verb. Only one S and one V. Okay, within one predicate, so it is simple sentence. Here also I have only one subject and only one verb within one predicate. It's always simple sentence. Now if I want to join them, right, to form a compound sentence, what should I use here? Let's use, for example, one of the boys. John did not go to work. Why? Here we have what? A relationship of causality, cause. He was ill. So here I put, or I use a comma for he was ill. The fun boy, okay, or the conjunction of coordination for he was ill. But if I also want to join them differently, using a new, right, joining element in English, we can use simply, okay, the commonest word because, and I write, John did not go to work. I write here because he was ill. Because he was ill. Or also I can use as, or also since. All of them express causality or reason and cause. Good. Now here I have what? A sentence which consists of two clauses. Because the clause represents as plus V. Whenever I have an as plus V, it's a clause, whether it is dependent or independent. Now, John did not go to work. Full stop. This one is meaningful or not? Of course. And complete. So, this is my first clause, which is what? Complete in meaning, so it is independent clause. Alright. Second one. Because he was ill, what will happen? So here we have something missing. Okay, it lacks some kind of meaning. So this one is incomplete. Because he was ill, what will happen? So here, this one, which consists of a subject and a verb, is really, okay, a clause, but as it is incomplete in meaning, it is called a dependent clause. A dependent clause. Dependent clause. Now, how does it start? It starts with because, or with as, or with since. Now, this clause, which starts with one of these, what are these? Because, since, as, to express cause and reason in English, they are also called conjunctions, but of what? Conjunctions of subordination. These are called conjunctions of subordination or subordinating conjunctions. Good. Now, if I want to notice how these two clauses are related. What do I find? I find here a dependent clause joined to another independent clause by means of conjunctions of subordination. Alright, so in this new type of sentences and new structure, we have what? A dependent clause, okay, which starts with a conjunction of subordination and which is also joined to another one which is independent by means of this conjunction of subordination. Now, this sentence, which consists of what? Here I have only one. Alright, one. Only one independent clause joined, okay, to another clause which is dependent by means of one of the conjunctions of subordination. This type is called what? A complex sentence. Complex sentence. Alright, a complex sentence. So, I have what? The complex right here. Complex sentence. Alright, equals an independent clause plus what? Here we write conjunction of subordination plus a dependent clause. Right. An independent plus, okay, one. Here it must be only one. Only one. Only one. But here you can have one or more dependent clause. For example, I write, John did not go to work because he was ill, as he worked hard. Okay, last night. As he worked hard last night. Alright, so here I have a third clause which is dependent and also which is joined to another one, alright, which is dependent by means of this conjunction of subordination. Alright, so in fact, this is the first way how to form, okay, my complex sentence. And the first way how I can join my independent clause to another which is dependent. Of course, we have a long list of conjunction of subordination. We have those which express cause, like what? Like because, since, as. Now result. We have so plus edge plus that. Also such plus non-phrase plus that. Alright, we have those of contrast and concession like what? Like thou, although, despite the fact that, and so on. We have those of condition, like if, like as long as, like providing. We have those of also time, like after, before, why, when, until, and as soon as. We have also those of purpose. Like what? Like so that, only so that, and in or so that, and also in order that. Now what matters for these conjunctions of subordination is that they always should be preceded by S plus V, like here. If you have S plus V, it's clause, and followed by S plus V. Clear? To join two clauses. Two clauses. One is independent, and the rest are dependent. The rest are dependent. Right. Also, we have another way to form, this type of sentences. Let's see an example. For example, we write, the police found the boy. The police, right. The police found the boy. The boy was missing. Now here we have the police as my subject, and found as my only verb within one predicate. So S plus V forms to me simple sentence. Here also the boy, my subject, and also was is my verb because missing is his only adjective. Alright. Only one S plus one V, it's always simple sentence. Now if I want to join them and avoid the repetition here, what should I write? Of course, logically, I'm going to replace this repetition word with what? A pronoun. And I will choose the police found the boy who was missing. The police found the boy who was missing. Now here also I have S plus V before who, and S plus V. This one becomes my S subject. Alright. The second clause. The first clause is the police found the boy. Full stop. It's clear, meaningful, and complete. So it is a what? Alright. Or an independent clause. My independent clause. Now, who was missing? Here you need to continue. So, there is something here incomplete, something missing. So it is a dependent clause. Dependent clause. Alright. Now what does this clause start with? It starts with who. What is who? Who, whom, whose, which, and that. What are these? Oh yes, these are what we call relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Clear? Relative pronouns. So, in this sentence, in which I have only always one independent clause joined to another dependent clause by means of a relative pronoun. who, or who, for persons as object. Okay, here who, for persons as subject. Also, whose, for persons, possessions, properties. Also, which, for things. Alright. And that, for both. Alright. Persons and objects. Huh? Can also say here? Okay. Boy, that was missing. Here it's correct too. Okay, that was missing. Now, relative pronoun, or even relative adverb, like when and where. To express time, express place. For example, I said, Ramadan was the month when Muslims fast. Clear? Now, whenever I have only one dependent clause joined to another which is dependent by means of one of these relative pronouns or adverbs, so here also I have what? Formed my third type, which is the complex sentence. So this sentence also is what? It's also a complex sentence. Okay, like the previous one. In the first one we used what? The conjunctions of subordination. They come at the beginning of the dependent clause and join into one independent clause. Here also, I have used relative pronouns or adverbs, okay, to join this dependent clause. Alright, and the relative pronoun or adverb always comes at the beginning, always, of a dependent clause and joins into the only independent clause in this complex sentence. Clear? This complex sentence. Now, only as a remark, these relative pronouns, they always come directly after a noun. Boy, who? Ramadan, when? In the restaurant, I ate my dinner in the restaurant, where? And so on. Clear? And they are the first element in the dependent clause. Dependent clause. You can even have more than one. For example, I said the police found the boy who was missing. Right? Who was missing? For example, I can add from this list. Okay, when his parents were looking for him. When his parents were looking for him. Here also I have another dependent clause starting with when as conjunction of subordination. Right? Clear? To make a complex sentence. Okay. Besides to this only and solely independent clause. Good. Until now we have, highlighted two main join elements or two main clues and markers for the complex sentence. Conjunctions of subordination. Okay, always at the beginning of dependent clause. Okay. And relative pronoun or adverb, always, at the beginning of always my dependent clause or even clauses. Alright. So, there is still a third, clue with which we can form, a complex sentence in English. A complex sentence in English. Let's take an example. I will choose a very simple example to clarify, the third element or joint element with which I can form, okay, always my third type of sentence, which is the complex sentence. The complex sentence. I write, example, I know, or I don't know. It's better to be clear. I don't know that he will come. He will come. Or also I can say, I don't know if or whether it's synonym. Alright. He will come. Or also I can say, I don't know example, what he will bring, or how he will come, right, or why, or even when, right, he will come. He will come. Now look at this first example. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know this? I don't know. First one. Here it is. My first clause, which consists of a subject and don't know as my verb, one verb plus be, okay, which is complete and complete and meaningful. So it is simply my independent clause. My independent clause. That he will come. What will happen? That will come. Now here, this one lacks meaning. It's incomplete. That's why it is my dependent clause. It is my what? Dependent clause. Now, what does it start with? It starts with that. With that. It starts with that. And it is dependent. Now here, I don't know what. I don't know what. I don't know that he will come. Alright. Or I don't know what. If he will come. What's the answer of what we said last time? The answer of what is my direct object. My direct object. Sorry here. Okay, I write. This clause represents my what? Direct object of the whole sentence. Clear? So the first part is my independent clause. I don't know what. The answer of what is that he will come, if he will come, I don't know what. I don't know what he will bring. So all these, I don't know what. I don't know how he will come. I don't know what. I don't know why and when. Okay, he will come. So all these clauses are the answer of what? Of what? And they represent to me what? My direct object. My direct object. Clear? Direct object. Now, as you see here, this second clause, alright, which starts with that, is considered my, let's call it now, okay, call it now, my dependent clause. And at the same time, it's my direct object. Now, it starts with what? With that. With if. With whether. And these WH words. Now, what is that object? What's an object after all? The object is a noun, simply a noun. So this clause, which starts with that, or if, or whether, or one of the H words, okay, to be the answer of what? Is my direct clause and represents my noun clause. Okay, the type of this so-called clear dependent clause is noun clause. Object is a noun. The answer of what is object, and the object is a noun. So here is what? My third markers or clues with which I can form, okay, my complex sentence. My complex sentence. This time, I depended on what? I depended on what we call the markers or the starters of what? Of the noun clause. The noun clause is the clause which acts either always as a noun, either as an object usually. I say, I don't understand what he will say. I don't imagine how he reacted. Right. I don't stand what he said. So in all these examples, the answer of what is this clause, which starts with that, if or whether, what, how, or why. And all of them are called what? Noun clauses. Noun clauses. Clear? Noun clauses, or noun clause, is the clause which acts as a noun, okay, either subject or here maybe object, alright? And which has or starts always with one of these markers. Number one is that. That's why in some books of grammar, the noun clause is called that clause. That clause. Clear? Also with if or whether, and also with WH words. Okay, when, what, how, why, and so on. Alright. Clear? So here, I have one, only one in the complex, always. Clear? Complex sentence. Okay. Equals what? Only, always, one independent clause plus what? One or more dependent clauses. Right. So here is my dependent clause, alright, starting with one of these markers of the noun clause, right, and join to this, okay, so-called independent clause. But, however, okay, many grammarians consider, okay, that the whole sentence, right, as subject, verb, and direct object as it is, okay, represents what? The independent clause. And only this part represents what? The dependent clause. Because it's correct and really, okay, when we read I don't know, okay, here as we have a direct object, so it's the completion. It means this one is incomplete. So, I don't know that he will come. All of it is my what? Independent clause. And this one itself, okay, is considered as my dependent and noun clause. Alright. Normally. Good. Now also, I said the noun clause is called that clause. Alright. Because it usually starts with that. It can act as a direct object or even as a subject. For instance, we write example that he is absent pleases me. Right. Pleases me. Huh? Or that he is absent is, okay, my wish. I have my subject here, verb, pleases. Alright. Who? Me. Direct object. And this verb, of course, needs a subject. Here, my subject is that he is absent, which starts with that, right, with that, and acts as the subject for this verb, so it is my noun clause. My noun clause. Now here, we say that the whole sentence represents my independent clause, subject, plus verb, plus direct object. Alright. And this one in particular, wouldn't it, represents the dependent clause. And all of it is my what? Is my independent clause. Alright. Not with regard to SV, but with regard to the elements, components, subject, verb, direct object. Clear? Direct object. And here is, okay, my third, clue and markers with which I can form my complex sentence. Okay, it is a noun clause which starts with either that, if or whether, what, how, or why, or when, each words usually, okay, which act, okay, this noun clause, either as usually an object or a subject, or even sometimes, okay, predicate nominative and so on. Clear? And so forth. Good. Now, if we compare between this that of the noun clause and the previous that of relative pronoun, we said always what comes before relative pronoun is a noun. Is a noun. So that which refers to a noun before it, the boy that was missing, the house that I bought. Clear? That, the house that, the boy that. Here it is relative pronoun. But when it comes here without any noun before it, either at the beginning or before it, verb or any other element, but not a noun, here it is that of the noun clause, and that which joins my dependent clause to the whole independent clause to form me my complex sentence. Alright, my complex sentence. So I repeat, the complex sentence consists of always one independent clause joined to another one which is dependent, either one dependent or two dependent or even three, even more. Okay, by means of three main elements, either conjunctions of subordination, of course, of result of contrasts, or relative pronouns or adverbs, who, which, that, whose, or by the markers of the noun clause, that, if or whether. Alright, of course here if not of the condition, but the answer of what? Alright, answer of what? Alright, as an object. And WH words. Okay, for my noun clause, to form to me my complex sentence. Alright, good.